I'm Dr. Nicole Murphy, and I've been working with families to improve their health and well-being since 2005. My expertise in pediatric and pregnancy care is an integral part of our practice. I'm also trained in acupuncture, and my goal is providing wellness for the whole family. The following is our Seeds of Wellness series. Each video will address a part of your health: physical stress, chemical stress, or emotional stress. I'm really excited to introduce you guys today to Laura Schmidt with Notes to Self. She's got an awesome product that I feel like everyone needs, and we're going to talk about it a little bit today. So, Laura, what's your inspiration for starting Notes to Self?
Well, basically, my whole life I've loved positive affirmations, and I've always put affirmations on sticky notes, like on my bathroom mirror or written in lip liner. I am confident. And 7 years ago, I was on a road trip with my family, and I was reading a book about positive thinking. I actually happened to have my feet up on the dashboard at the time, and my shoes were kicked off, and I just had socks on. And I was reading a book, like I always do, about self-help, positive affirmations. And it said that the best time to say affirmations is first thing in the morning and last thing at night, in that half awake, half asleep time when the subconscious mind is most open, because the conscious filters aren't quite up yet.
Right.
And it hit me, what if I put the positive words on the toes of socks?
I love that.
Then at least twice a day you'd be training your mind to think better thoughts without even trying. And then I thought, what if kids too young to read had "I am smart" on their toes? And what if that became one of the first phrases they learned to say and they really believed it? You know, how might that affect their whole future?
I love that. I really, one of the things that anyone that starts at my office, we start out by writing affirmations. And sometimes I have people that they've never heard of an affirmation before. So it's like, it's absolutely makes me so excited and happy that like someone could have that from day one. I love that.
Thank you.
So how have you used personal affirmations to make changes in your life?
Well, confidence is kind of an important word for me. And although throughout my life I've accomplished things and done well in school and jobs and life, confidence was always something that I felt like I could use more of. And I really feel like confidence is the root of all other strengths, that if you're confident, you can be courageous, you can be brave, you can be strong.
Right.
So I've really put out into the world through affirmations whatever it was that I was trying to build on, and I've always tried to change the way that my thoughts go through my head when something goes through that's negative. And I so believe in positive thinking that I try to not even say the negative thing that's going through my head. I just say, stop, erase, go away, I'm not listening.
I love that.
And then that was something that I learned from another mentor of mine years ago. And then replace it with something positive. I mean, experts say that you don't just stop thinking something negative, you replace it with something positive.
Right.
So I've kind of spent my whole life trying to learn how to do that. And, like if I'm working on being more organized, I don't say I'm going to be more organized. I say I am totally organized and love the feeling of coming in and knowing where everything is.
Yes. One of the best things I had for an explanation of that, like one of my coaches said, actually feel what it feels like to have that. Like when you think about that.
Good.
So it's like, if you think I am healthy, don't think about how I'm like, oh, I have a headache or I have this. It's like, what is health to you? And imagine yourself in that state. And so when you're saying that, you're starting to live it, and how your brain doesn't really know the difference between that, like reality that you're living or the reality that you're creating.
That's so true.
When is the best time to do a positive affirmation, and why?
Well, really the best time is first thing in the morning, just when you're waking up, and late at night when you're kind of starting to fall asleep. And I don't know if you feel this way, but I feel like my best ideas come at that time.
Totally.
And I don't know if it's just that we're relaxed enough and not thinking about the worries of the day, but I keep a notepad by my bedside for all my thoughts and dreams. And if I didn't, in the morning, I wouldn't even know what it was that I, thought about.
I've totally been there. When I've made the mistake of not writing something down, I will totally remember that.
Right.
And so, yeah, I feel like when your brain is in that you're not having that negative thought process running through your head. You're having what your more true self is.
Right.
And so when you can talk to that self and make that self stronger, then it's going to start to override the other negatives.
Exactly.
So I really love your product, and I'm sure there's like many stories that that have seen change of the positive things that just a good affirmation can do. What are some of the favorite stories you have, or can you show us some of your socks?
Sure, absolutely. Well, one of my favorite stories really happened one of the first few years that I started this business, and a young woman wrote to me. I'd never met her before, and she shared with me that her mom had been going through cancer and that she had a rare form of breast cancer, and that her mom's friends, gifted her with 3 pairs of our socks. And they were like, I am beautiful, and I believe, and I am blessed. And she said that the socks became really important to her mom, and her mom wore them every day, and even like her friends and family made sure that the socks were always kept laundered so that she would have a pair to wear. And that her mom unfortunately passed away a few months prior to her writing me, and she said that it's just amazing how much something as simple as socks could make such a difference, and that now she wears those socks and remembers. She said, through your socks, I remember my mama today.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And she sent me a picture of her mom, and gave me permission to use it. And her name's Caitlin, and I've never met her in person, but I feel like we have a bond. We follow each other on social media, and I feel like she's just a young woman that's going through her life without her mom now. And it was really kind of her to share that story with us.
I love that. That's so touching.
Yeah.
So what are some of the socks that you have? I mean, I know you probably have a bunch, but can you go through a couple of them with us?
Sure, I would love to. These say, I am perfectly me.
Oh, I love that.
And my daughter actually came up with that. And I just loved it because one of the target audiences that I wanted to help when I first started was teenage girls.
Yes.
I just think it's such a hard time, or adolescents in general.
Right.
And not the idea that you're perfect, but you're perfectly you and just fine the way you are.
I love that.
Just right. And then I am courageous. So many people are struggling with medical conditions right now. We have, I am strong, I am brave, I am courageous. And, I've gotten pictures of people in the hospital getting ready to go into surgery with I am courageous on.
Oh, I love that.
And I wear these when, I'm getting ready to go on TV or something, or talk to you.
Get it going.
Exactly.
I love that.
This is one of my favorites. It says, on the toes, I am with you. And then on the bottom, always. And
Gives me goosebumps.
well, and it can be biblical. It can be a child going away to summer camp. But
We were just talking about that.
Really?
I was like, these would be perfect for camp. I'm like, I love
Absolutely.
that.
We have I am blessed also. And I have faith. I have hope.
I love
I'm a blessing. This is one. I am a great friend.
Oh, yeah.
And, all that's been in the news lately about people struggling with depression and that type of thing has really been on my heart a lot, and my mind. And I thought, even in my next wave of product development, I'm really considering that. Like, whenever I do a phrase, I always think, is it meaningful?
Right.
And, being a great friend is a really meaningful thing, and the words that we continue to put out through our line are words that minister to people.
Right. There's people who have guilt over what kind of friend they are, or like what kind of person they're putting out in the world. And I think if you see yourself as a good friend, then you become that good friend that you
Right.
want to see.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then you have that reciprocated back to you. So
Exactly.
you're touching lives, and then they're going on to other people too.
Exactly.
Awesome. I love that.
One of my other favorite sayings is, I am a great mom and I am a great dad. And we've had those for years, and they're some of our most popular sayings. And I think, I'm a mom, and it's like, when I'm not a perfect mom, but even when I wear these and I have, my kids are our kids are adults. But I look down and I think, that's my goal. Like, every mom wants to be a great mom.
Yes.
So putting that out there, like, yes, I am, today, this is my goal.
Yeah, like not starting out with like, this is how I failed. This is, I am great. Yeah,
right.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you. And then I am kind. Kindness is so important, of
Yes.
course. And, so getting that even on little kids, I think it can be kind of an anti-bullying type effort.
I love that.
And I brought these for you. I am healthy, because
that's
that's
perfect.
a big part of what you're doing in your work.
I love that. Like, mindset is a huge thing. And there's tons of research out there that talks about like having a
Absolutely.
positive mindset helps people be healthy and have less chronic illness and live healthier, happier lives.
Absolutely.
So like great step in the right direction, literally step.
Thank you. That's good.
So thank you very much for
You're
joining us
welcome. So
today.
nice to meet you
I'm
and
glad
learn
that
about
you got
your
to
work.
talk. Yeah. Go and check it out. You can see what's the best one for you or someone that you love, and then help them get on the right foot right away in the day. Thanks.
So thank you.